Hi, this is Subhayan Chakraborty with Atreyo here in Bengaluru outside the M. Chinnaswamy Stadium, and the match ended in a very big disappointment for the Indian team, losing by 8 wickets and registering their lowest ever test home score of 46 runs. And but there was a fight back by the Indian team, and we'll talk about all the positives and negatives from this match and how what should India do to make a comeback in the Pune test, which begins from 24th. Atreyo, firstly, let's talk a bit about the positives because there are plenty of negatives to be talked about. But let's focus on the positives first. What would be your biggest positive from this match?
See, if you ask me, I would say it's the effort in the second innings with the bat.
Right.
And after getting bundled out for 46 in the first innings, and considering a lead of 356, a team comes back in that manner, in that fashion, and puts the opposition under severe pressure for a considerable period of time. That would be the biggest positive for me. And they not only batted very positively. I mean, Sarfaraz Khan and Rishabh Pant before then Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli. What happened was that they actually raised hopes of a very unlikely win. I mean, they actually were
arguably India's best test win.
That would have been the best win in the history of Test cricket, possibly.
Absolutely.
And after getting bowled out for 46, to come out with that kind of a mindset and dominate the attack and take the game to the opposition and raising realistic hopes of getting a total which could have put New Zealand under more pressure. That was a possibility. So for me, that this resilience, this
never say die attitude,
right, and this willingness to take on the opposition, take risks, and in the hope that it will pay you, it will get you the rewards. That for me was this mindset for me was the biggest positive.
Absolutely, and that's what Rohit Sharma said in the post-match press conference, that this team will always go out to win and will not consider any other results, the forecast and etc. Whenever the Indian team steps onto the pitch, it will be to win the game and not to fear about losing or not to fear about any other aspects of the game. But apart from the resilience, of course, the fight back, the Sarfaraz Rishabh Pant partnership, the Virat Sarfaraz partnership, Rohit Sharma giving that kind of start. What would be your next positive? I think we have to talk about Dhruv Jurel's wicket keeping also, because he came in as a substitute, and then when you come in as a substitute, you sometimes are not mentally prepared to go out there and do the job for the team. But some of the takes, even Dinesh Karthik tweeted that some of the takes which Dhruv Jurel is having in the game is perhaps one of the finest which we have seen in the recent past in Indian wicket keeping ecosystem. What do you have to say about Dhruv Jurel's keeping?
Yeah, remarkably, especially when India started bowling
the
fourth innings. The first ball was a wide down the offside, second was a wide down the leg side. He showed remarkable anticipation, athleticism and reflexes to collect those balls very cleanly. He did that today also, and especially as you mentioned that there is a cloud over the availability of Rishabh Pant in the second test. It's important for India to find out who could be a suitable replacement. I mean, there are two options, we know. There is Dhruv Jurel and there is KL Rahul. And Dhruv Jurel, since that he is a specialist keeper and Rahul is more of a batter who keeps. And Dhruv
Plus, he has not kept in home conditions, KL Rahul.
In a long time.
He has kept more in South Africa, in England, and overseas conditions.
Right, when there are not too many spinners in play. And Dhruv Jurel proved himself with the bat also. In the England series, and given that Rishabh Pant is a little bit uncertain for the second test, and Dhruv Jurel put up a very good display of wicket-keeping abilities in the opportunity that he got over here. It's a big positive for India going ahead into the second test.
Absolutely, and don't be surprised if Dhruv Jurel gets a look into the playing 11 when the Pune test arrives, because as Atreyo also mentioned, there's a doubt over Rishabh Pant's fitness and participation, and as Rohit Sharma mentioned in the press conference as well, and repeatedly so twice he has done in the last 4 days, that we don't want to take any kind of risk with Rishabh Pant. He mentioned injury, surgeries. He mentioned the kind of trauma which he underwent. So don't be surprised if you see Rishabh Pant missing out from the second test. But there's another major positive coming out from this test match is Virat Kohli's that 70-run knock. He did struggle against Bangladesh in the previous series. He did not play. He has not played a lot of test cricket. He missed out the England series completely, but to come here, get some runs under his belt. Of course, that last ball dismissal was something which put India on the back foot on that day. But overall, Virat looked very assured. Virat looked very composed and was determined and played with some sort of intent also to score runs.
It's not only the number of runs that he made. I mean, 70 is a respectable score in Test cricket.
Right.
And it's not about those runs only. It's in the manner he scored those runs.
Right.
I mean, the kind of assurance, the kind of, the proof of experience that he put into play, application, and sense of the occasion, sense of the situation, guiding the youngster at the opposite end. So that's what he was doing, and he was completely in command.
Right.
This command is a very a crucial part, because when we discuss Virat Kohli, we don't have to really talk about the number of runs he scored.
Absolutely.
He has scored in excess of 9,000 runs in Test cricket, and in fairly quick time, and in all across the world.
Let's not even talk about it.
Yeah. So I mean, the way he batted over here, all the nuances that he brought into play, and the complete assurance that he showed, he was actually in complete command of the situation.
Absolutely.
I mean, he never looked flustered and batting under such pressure. So that's a big plus that India will take into the next test. Not only that, but also to Australia.
Absolutely, and of course you would want Virat Kohli to score runs in the Pune test and the Mumbai test, but something which the team management will take a lot of positives from is that he's back among runs. He's not struggling. He did not struggle against the spinners. He took down the pacers. Some of the shots which he played down the line and the cover drives, he looked, as Atreyo mentioned, he looked in complete authority of his game. Now let's talk a bit about negatives. Of course, 46 not out is what you will say in the comment section, but
46 all out.
46 all out, yes, is what you will write in the comment section. But overall, what do you think is the biggest letdown from the series? Okay, the toss and the playing three spinners, not playing Akash here, will come under that. But any other major negatives that you will take from this?
There are a few. Obviously, in a match that you lose after getting bowled out for 46, there will be negative. For me, the first and foremost will be some very unusual and uncharacteristic decision making. To begin with, to win the toss and elect to bat in these conditions, it was just not on. I mean, it was like Wellington, the Basin Reserve,
Right.
like Dunedin,
And it is surprising, Atreyo, that both the captains, even Tom Latham, said that we wanted to bat first, and today also he clarified, thank God we did not win the toss.
well, let's not get too much into that.
Right.
But let's talk about the person who took that decision.
Right.
It was, I mean, we all know. I mean, there was actually a very, very high possibility of no play at all.
Absolutely. Which happened on the first day.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And when play began on the second day, it was, we all know, we were both here.
Yeah.
And it was completely overcast.
Yeah.
There was a.
If there's another word for overcast, even poorer word for overcast, that was the condition. It was completely pitch dark. The dark clouds, it was not dark, it was black, little black clouds,
Right.
Deep grey clouds, if you can say that. But to that first was something which
this is something that Rohit Sharma accepted.
Yeah.
He admitted
No
to
doubt
it that it was a bad move. But not only that, there were a few other slightly tricky calls as well.
Three spinners.
For example, yes, three spinners is one, because in this condition we expected a team to go in with a pace-heavy attack instead of a spin-heavy attack. But that's what India chose. I mean, Akashdeep is somebody who has troubled batters in whatever limited opportunities he has had so far.
Even on flatter conditions.
Yes, in completely flat conditions. Yeah. Against England, he took 3 wickets in his first spell on his debut test. Against Bangladesh, he was quite effective.
Right.
And he was somebody who was putting the opposition under pressure.
Right.
So, by leaving him out, that was another trick that India missed. And I would also say that as far as captaincy goes, although Rohit Sharma is a very, very sensible and effective, successful skipper. I am not questioning his
credentials
yes, not at all. But to see that when New Zealand were running away with the game with that 8-wicket partnership
Tim Saudi and
Rajin Ravindra at 233 for 7, India had a good chance of wresting lead to 250.
Yeah.
That, in a matter of 1.5 hours, raised above 400. The total.
Right.
So that is where that was a period when the spinners were operating and Rajin Ravindra and Team Saudi were taking them apart.
Right.
I thought
there was a phase where Rachin and Saudi scored 48 runs in 3 overs.
Right.
To spinners.
Right. Just before lunch. In fact, 50 plus runs in the last 4 overs before lunch. Yeah. And that is a period where I thought that Rohit would bring Bumrah back for at least 2-3 overs.
Just get to the lunch and then
Right. And I agree that Bumrah had bowled a long spell before that, and he was tired and all that. And he was also expected to do the duty with the new ball, second new ball, which was due soon after. But not to give him 2-3 overs and let the momentum be with New Zealanders. That was something which I think that Rohit he doesn't usually do these things.
Absolutely.
That way.
Absolutely. And of course, the playing 3 spinners and their performances, not bowling Ashwin when they are defending 107 runs and bringing him when only 10 runs were left, are some of the decisions which were quite shocking, given the kind of caliber and the kind of astuteness, shrewdness that Rohit Sharma brings as a captain. I mean, Ashwin was extremely poor, let's put it that way, given the kind of legacy and the kind of experience he has, the kind of reputation he has. Perhaps India's best spinner of all time, we can count him in that regard. But to give away runs at 5.5 runs per over, trying to bowl quick, trying to bowl like a Jadeja way, and it's not his natural way.
And at a time when the team was depending on him.
Absolutely.
Because the fast bowlers, Siraj and Bumrah, had bowled for about over an hour. Match started at 9:15. They bowled till 10:20 or something. So, I mean, those were long spells for the fast bowlers.
Plus, against Rachin Ravindra, left-hander, given his record,
they had to yes, exactly.
Break that part.
And so after the pace bowlers were done, I mean, they were tired. They went back to the deep.
Right.
Then for Ashwin, being the most experienced spinner in this contingent, it was expected that he will at least not leak runs. I mean, wickets is something that we can't guarantee all the time. So it was expected that Ashwin will at least help retain the control that the faster bowlers had exerted. Runs hardly came in the first hour. After that, he started scoring at 6.5 and over. So that was a big letdown. Not just Ashwin, the entire spin contingent, I would say.
Absolutely.
Because Kuldeep was also taken apart. I mean, it was very clear.
Even Ravindra Jadeja looked very flat. Although he got the ball to move and bounce from the foot marks, but overall, if you look at what Ravindra Jadeja does in the 4th inning, especially today also, when he was brought into the attack after the Pacers were done, they looked a bit flat.
He did, but I wouldn't really like to read too much into today's play because it was 107 to win and all that. But in the first innings, on that day, on the 3rd day of the match, I expected the Indian spinners to be a little more assertive, which they were not. And Rachin Ravindra, and primarily, he just took them apart. I mean, he was dealing with them at will.
Right.
And that was a huge factor behind the outcome that we have seen today.
Absolutely. Any other negatives, Atreyo, you want to talk about KL Rahul, Siraj? There are a lot of question marks going over their form. Many people are saying Siraj averages 40 at home now in Test cricket. You are not seeing runs consistently coming from KL Rahul's bat. Do you want to look too deep into it, or you want to give them this series at least before taking a call?
Somewhere in between. But what I would like to say is that there were 2 occasions when the Indian team had a chance to make a strong comeback into the game.
Right.
After getting all out for 46, there is usually no chance.
Right.
Indians had the chance twice.
Right.
Once at 233 for 7 in the New Zealand first innings, when they had when they raised genuine hopes of getting them all out for below 300. the lead wouldn't have been as humongous as 356 in that case. But they couldn't do that. Then, in their second innings when they were batting, I mean, it was an extraordinary batting performance.
Right.
I mean, the openers, although they did not get huge scores, they did set a platform.
Right.
Virat Kohli at number 3 played a very, very commendable knock of 70.
Right.
And after that, Sarfaraz and Rishabh Pant, they almost took the game away from New Zealand.
Absolutely.
At 400 for 3 after 80 overs. I mean, how often do you see a score total like that? I mean, team trailing by 356 and scoring 400 runs at 5 runs per over for the loss of just 3 wickets.
Right.
So that was another juncture of the game where India could have
done with more runs from KL Rahul.
Right.
And even the lower middle order, the way it collapsed, Ravichandran Ashwin, Ravindra Jadeja with the bat. I'm not talking about their bowling, but you expect a bit more from these experienced players. Gale, Jadeja, Ashwin, these are experienced players. You need them to hang out there and try to fetch some sort of runs, which again Team Saudi did, and perhaps that was the deciding factor in this match.
I don't want to say this, I don't want to single anybody out, but KL Rahul's dismissal for 12 in the second innings, although it was a very good delivery, somehow stands out. I mean, because he was the last of the recognized specialist batters, and all 5 before him had got starts. Some of them had also played the new ball.
Right.
So, second new ball and Rahul being an opener. I mean, opener by what? I mean, he's basically an opener.
Naturally an opener. He has played as an opener all his life.
So, that was a little bit, discordant. I mean, it stood out. I mean, certain things do at times.
Right,
because had Sarfaraz or Pant not played those innings, we wouldn't have
that hope.
We wouldn't be speaking about Rahul.
Right.
But because they did, and the onus was on Rahul after these 2 got out, to see what India needed was basically
a 50 run
two partnerships of 35 40.
Right. But that never happened.
So for that, I'm not blaming, I'm not singling out Rahul for this defeat, but that somehow stood out. It appeared bigger than it probably actually is.
Right. Very true.
So those were 2 occasions when the Indians let the opportunity slip.
Right.
I mean, they were always treating the game after 46. Right. So those were 2 junctures in this test match when they had a chance to come back to the match. And that's exactly where they lost the plot, which eventually resulted in this defeat.
So 1-0 down now. Next stop is Pune. From 24th, the test match begins. We will be there. Do let us know your thoughts about this match. Do let us know what are your positives and negatives from this game. What changes you would like to see India make in the playing 11, and do let us know in the comment section below. Like this video. If you are liking our coverage, then please subscribe to the channel and keep following us on all our social media platforms. Thank you so much.
Bye.